Welcome to Sports Talk with John and John. That's John, he's John, and me? Well, I'm the shark.
Sports Talk with John and John. That's John, he's John, and me? I am the shark. Football is back. Week 1 is down in the books. Today, let's get some reactions on some of the games. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to start off with the Steelers versus Jets because there's a man named Aaron Bleepin Rodgers.
Aaron Mount Rodgers. Let's go.
Who, let me remind you guys of a conversation because one of you, I know your short-term memory and long-term memory maybe.
And sounds like a shot.
The other one probably likes to turn the blind eye, look at him, turn his cheek. The other one was like, no, oatmeal on you, Jonathan. What I want to say is we had a conversation where we discussed
Aaron Rodgers over Justin Fields.
No.
I did.
Listen, I'm going back in the archives.
Okay.
You said, and we have the receipts, you and Daddy, we were naming top 5 quarterbacks.
Okay.
We were naming the top 5 quarterbacks of all time. And neither one of you had Aaron Bleepin Rodgers in their top 5 picks.
No.
I heard all types of guys.
Interjection.
No interjection. No interjection. No,
somebody stop
because
before he goes off on a tangent.
He's going off.
You had
this guy picked
Denver
the Jets
Broncos
to win.
quarterback who had almost just as many picks as touchdowns. John Elway.
Okay.
Who had a stacked defense and offense in your top 5. He is not a top 5 quarterback of all
3
time.
Super Bowl appearances.
He statistically is not a top 5 quarterback of all time. If you're going to start a team, I don't know anybody who just said pick 1 of 5 quarterbacks who would even put him in the lineup. No.
He was so good, he threatened to go play baseball. And they begged him to
Aaron Rodgers.
You're not going to get that. You're not going to get one
Rodgers.
game where Pittsburgh Steelers doesn't
Aaron
quantify
Rodgers
Aaron Rodgers being...
John, let him run through with this, please, so I can just so he can stop at some point.
Aaron Rodgers on a Pittsburgh team that hasn't thrown 4 touchdowns in a game since Whitey Ford was playing baseball. Went 22 of 30, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions in the game opener in New York versus his previous team that kicked him out of the stadium and sent him on his way packing.
I don't think they kicked him out. He was kind of broken down.
He came back. He set the tone early. He got the win, and he did it in the most expensive, best fashion ever by just dotting up that New York Jets top 5 defense that Jonathan's talking about. The Jets is a top 5 defense.
No. Okay. Order in the court. Okay, you were going so good. You were running at 9,000 RPMs, and then you hit the brick wall. Here's the deal. You picked Justin Fields to win this game. You picked No. You and Dad both picked the Jets to win this game.
I did.
You guys were like, Justin Fields. Replay the tape. Jonathan was like, hey, I don't have much faith in Justin Fields winning, and Aaron Rodgers comes back with a chip on his shoulder and balls out. You guys were the ones like, no, that. You guys had stats, statistics.
I did.
Everything but basically someone coming in and hooking you up with Psychic Friends Hotlines picks.
Mm-hmm.
You guys chose the Jets. Jonathan stood on an island. Jonathan said, no, I believe in Mike Tomlin. I said that, number 1. And then I said, Aaron Rodgers has come to New York, and he is going to absolutely carve up the Jets. And they do have a good defense. Just because they allowed 34 doesn't mean they have a bad defense. No, they got a really good defense. Except Aaron Rodgers came in with a mission. Now, does this happen every single game? Probably not. But against the Jets, it was bound to happen. Now, does Justin Fields come back and rebound? If Justin Fields can play like this every single games, then yeah, 2 things can be right. The Jets can have a better team. And by the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers already won the side A of that conversation. So let's be real about it. And by the way, I'm not going to let you get away with a rant like that. Aaron Rodgers, because of one regular season game against the New York Jets, at 40 years old, all of a sudden now he's a top 5 quarterback
41,
of all time?
41. No, he's been a top 5 quarterback of all time.
Okay.
Top 5 quarterback of all time.
Can
Why
I
are we
just
still on this?
Can I side in just quickly? He's not in my top 5 all-time quarterbacks. He's not going to be. And the reasons why, John already named them. One of them is I'd have to throw John Elway out. And I can't move John Elway out of that because over the course of his career, Elway's got more of them things. He's been to the dance more of them times. And he's been, for his division, equally as good as Aaron Rodgers was, except he just never traded and never moved around. That's one and two. And then the other one, just looking at this game, I thought Aaron Rodgers, for what they had him do, like, I want to make this clear. His longest pass was 31 yards. That was his longest. It's a 31-yard pass was his longest. Most of the time, he was in there between 7 to 13 yards in anything he did. So they kept it intermediately, and he only threw the ball 30 times. So Aaron Rodgers had a 136 passer rating with 22. I'm sorry?
145.
Well, I'm looking at it. NFL has says 136.7, but 140. I'll be okay with it. It doesn't matter to me. But, his completion percentage was 73%. He was 30 for 22. He was never in high-risk throws. Mike Tomlinson never put him in positions where he had to make this one play or it was significant. But I also want to throw one stat in there that we need to be concerned at is rushing yards. He was -1 in rushing yards, and he was sacked 4 times. Now, if we go through the entire season and we just go with that stat alone, then what we're potentially talking about is he's going to be sacked 36 to 40 times this year. And he's going to rush for less than 150 yards. There's no way that Pittsburgh can win the AFC with him throwing that. And if we're just working off this game alone, not anything bigger, just this game alone, he had 244 yards passing. If we spread that out for the season, he's about 3,800 yards if this maintains. About 3,800 yards for the season. And they're going to need more than that from him because Pittsburgh had no running game. Do we agree with that?
No, they had no running game in that game.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to ask Aaron Rodgers, A, not to get sacked, B, to pick up at a minimum per game 25 to 30 yards using his feet. 25 to 30 yards, especially that 3rd and 3, that 2nd and 8. We don't want to pick up the first down. We just want to keep it from being 3rd and 8. So he's going to have to pick up 5. So it could be 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2. And he hasn't done it yet. And until that starts happening, or until Pittsburgh develops a rushing game, I just see this as a revenge game. And as a revenge game, if you heard his interview, he actually said, there were a lot of people on that side that thought I couldn't play anymore. They thought I was done, and I just want to come in and show them something. So I think it's out of the system. It's gone. And what we see from now on is what we're going to see of Aaron Rodgers. I'm done with that.
All right.
What, W's?
Couple things.
W's, correct.
Just a couple things here. First of all, Aaron Rodgers is going to be on pace for 4,000 yards at his current rate right now, over 4,000 yards at 244 a game. And I think that he's not going to be playing secondaries like the Jets every single game. I still think that they have an exceptional defense. They just got caught. It happens. Number 2 is that you're absolutely right. Without a rushing game, Pittsburgh is screwed. They need a rushing attack. They have to get a rushing attack if they're going to complement the complementary football. But if you ask me, do I think Aaron Rodgers can throw the ball 30 times a game when healthy? The answer to that is unequivocally, without a doubt, yes. I'm not going to take anything away from him in that department. By the way, he went 22 for 30, but he threw 4 tutties on that. And my attitude is like, look, you know what? He still averaged over 10 yards per completion, which is fantastic. In addition to that, you know what? He had actually three passes over 20 yards in that game. So those are considered long plays in the NFL. He completed 3 passes for over 30 yards. Over 20 yards. You know what? He's only going to get better with DK Metcalf. Calvin Austin looked solid. You know what? I mean, he looked really, really solid, in my opinion. And once they develop that additional chemistry, you know what? I think he's gonna ultimately look at the ultimate check down and Freiermuth as well too. Freiermuth, because he had good chemistry with him as well too. Just developing, you can tell that offense is going to get better. Mike Tomlin is going to take this team to the playoffs. This is a playoff team.
When just to close on this one, what I will say though, even though the Jets lost, I am more impressed with. I'm going to make this make sense. I'm more impressed with how the Jets lost rather than Pittsburgh winning. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, 16
Justin Fields, 16 to 22, 218, 1 touchdown. He ran in for 2. Brees Hall, because the one thing I did say,
he had one.
Justin
one.
Fields had 2. No, Justin Fields had 2 touchdowns.
No, he had 2. He had 2. Yeah, he had 2. He
two.
ran one in. The second one was like a push.
Mm-hmm.
Like extended his arm over the goal line. He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
I have him as 1. I don't know why.
12 carries, 48 yards. But what I will say is, do you guys remember that I said before the season started, I said the Jets are going to be the number 1 rushing attempt team.
Yeah, you did say that.
Brees Hall had 19 carries for 107. Justin Fields had 12 carries for 48. Isaiah Davis had 2 carries for 18. Braylon Allen had 6 carries for 9 yards.
Yeah, the Jets
Brees Hall is almost 40 rushing attempts.
Did Brees Hall crack 100? I think he did, right?
Yeah, 107.
Yeah, 12 for 107. Yeah,
no, 19 for 107. 19 for 107.
Yeah, 19 for 107. Justin Fields had 12 48. So they had 40 rushing attempts.
Yeah.
40. And you know what? If Garrett Wilson makes that catch at the end,
that game's over. That game's not over.
They win the game.
Yeah, they win that game.
They win the game. They win the game. They're in field goal range. They win the game.
Just a question. Just a quick question for both of you. Do you think, and I watched it a couple of times, I even watched it and I slowed it down. Do you think that Justin Fields, because I saw what Pittsburgh did. They had someone to his left, someone to his right, and someone in the middle. But they were kind of back. Do you think he could pick that first down if he ran?
When he hesitated, he pump faked that first.
After he hesitated first, I think he killed his momentum. I think he did the right thing at that point in time.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like a red light. If you hesitate, you know what? Either you're going to take it or you're not going to take it. If you hesitate, you might as well stop. You know what? If you're going to take it, you might as well go pedal to the metal. That 1 second pause, I think, killed his momentum. I mean, hindsight being 2020, I don't think he made the wrong play.
No, it was in the hands of Garrett Wilson on a hitch.
I'm just going to tell you.
He dropped it.
You know what? By the way, you got to. You know what? I got to eat crow. Jalen Ramsey, I've been saying for the last year. You know what? Maybe it's not. He's not him. No, he's him. No, he's him. And what separates him from being him is that, you know what? The game is on the line. You know what? There's no look, I don't care. You can give me stats. You can give me, you know what, number of picks. You know what, PBUs. But when the game is on the line and you need that one person to make that one play, the good ones and the great ones always make that play. He made the play. You know what? Look, I'm not taking anything away from Garrett Wilson. I mean, it's hard when you got a freight train hitting you to basically keep your hands on the ball. You know, Jalen Ramsey timed it up, perfect hit. You know, that's why I can understand why Mike Tomlin was so happy and getting him to Pittsburgh, because that looked like Jalen Ramsey of old, not the older Jalen Ramsey. So we're going to give him props on that.
I agree 100%.
Mike, what's next? What's next on the agenda, Mike?
That was a good slate. So that was the Pittsburgh versus Jets game.
Hey, look out for this guy on the Jets, by the way. Look out for this guy on the Jets. I'm calling him right now. I'm calling out the name. Will McDonald the fourth. Will McDonald the fourth, defense end for the Jets. We're not talking about this game anymore, but let's watch out for that guy. He played really good.